that physician got makeup brushes on his on his spot. Hold on. How is concubine Velia? Y'all, this is the doctor. Why did the doctor got makeup brushes? What is going on here? All right, y'all, what's up? We back. You can't always do as you like. Episode 5, let's go. Royal Guard Charles said, "You are so beautiful. I've wanted to do this since I first laid eyes on you." Y'all remember he knocked me out. He knocked me out last time. And here goes somebody with a sword saying, "Leave her alone." Who is that? Who is it? Is it the king? Oh, Royal Guard Josh. Okay. Tank top number 1 and tank top number 2. What is this? Josh said, "I never interfered with your business with the maids or even some of the consorts." Charles said, "I know. That's actually one of the qualities I liked about you. No emotions, no morals, just minding your own business and taking orders. Why cross me now?" Josh said His Majesty is particularly fond of this one. "We had a little chat after the draft. The king has shown admiration towards her bravery." He said, "Is that so? It don't matter either way. She's just a maid, a lowly peasant, the lady-in-waiting of a low-born consort at most. His Majesty should not care less about someone like her. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to enjoy her in my chamber." Oh my God. Josh said, "That would not be wise, bro." He said, "What? Are you going to stop me with my own sword?" Josh said, "I'm not trained with weapons. We both know that. I'm simply keeping it because it is your specialty. And we both know you cannot defeat me unarmed." Oh, shoot. He said, "You ain't about that life." Josh said, "You can leave now or I can kill you right here. Or better yet, report this to His Majesty. Violating a woman whom our king may care about, you might as well wish for me to give you a quick death right here." Okay. Charles said, "Fine, I'll go. This place never runs out of women anyway. How do I know you or the little wench won't report this?" Josh said, "She trespassed into the royal quarters. If you don't report her, I'll make sure she won't report you too. You have my word." Charles said, "Fair enough. I will not report her. And Josh, I won't forget this." He said, "Noted. Your sword will be delivered to your chamber at dawn." Okay, get out of here, tank top. Tank top number 2. Now what you doing? With a sigh, Royal Guard Josh put your maid clothing back on you. Okay. Josh said, "What you got yourself into this time, girl? Let's get you back to your lady." Okay, y'all, what happened to me? What happened? Oh, look at me laid out on the bed. That's Solana's bed. Okay, I'm fully clothed on Solana's bed. What happened last night? Girl, you got knocked out. That's what happened. Where's Solana? Just you got knocked out last night. That's crazy. Solana. Solana said, "How you feeling, girl?" I said, "Other than my head feeling like it's on fire and not having a clue how I ended up here, I'm okay, I guess." She said, "I was just about to ask you what happened. I went to take a bath and when I came out, you were on my bed. I tried waking you up, but you were unconscious. What happened last night? Did they give you too much work?" I don't know. Y'all, I'm going to tell Solana what I remembered, because this is my friend. Okay, remember I told you I was going to look for the relic chamber? Well, girl, I got caught up. I managed to sneak into the royal quarters, but Royal Guard Charles caught me. Tank top number 2. The last thing I remember is him knocking me out and the chill of my bare skin. She said, "Oh, please, no." I said, "I really don't know how I ended up fully clothed back here. I don't think I was violated. Maybe he had second thoughts and got me back here instead." She said, "I'm so glad you're safe, Jess." Okay. Look, that's my friend, y'all. I ain't gonna keep no secret from my friend. Solana said, "I didn't know Royal Guard Charles was such a villain." He is a villain, girl. You seen his tank top? This place is such a dark place. I need to be more careful. Okay. There's a piece of paper in my pocket. What did it say? It says, "You were not tainted. Charles will not tell if you do not as well. Stop skulking around the palace at night." Solana said, "Is this Charles's way of warning you?" I said, "I don't know, I guess." And she said, "You should stay away from the royal quarters for a while." Oh, girl, you ain't got to tell me. Yeah, right. I'm marching in there to confront Charles tonight with a knife. So what now? We heading to Madame Dolores' estate? She said, "You ain't going anywhere with this ripped dress." It's disrespecting to walk around the palace in dirty or damaged clothing. If the queen sees you, she'll have you punished. If it's all up to the queen, I can have my butt whooped just for breathing next to her. She said, well, time for your embroidery training then. All right, girl. Let's get you out of this dress. Okay, I gotta embroider on my own dress. All right, meanwhile at Queen Mara's chamber. Okay, this Roxanne. Roxanne said, thank you for mentoring, Your Majesty. Am I ready for night attendance? Mara said, you learned well and your training is mostly done. When the time comes, you'll be able to handle it. However, this is not the time. She said, Your Majesty, how long I gotta wait till I can bust it wide open for your husband? I'm ready. I don't want to be the same rank as that lowborn. I can't stand it no more. Mara said, your time will come, girl. Just wait. Just wait. You acting like you in heat and stuff. Just wait, sis. Consort Amy was just gone recently. I don't think the king's emotionally ready. Roxanne said, I understand, Your Majesty. I'll be patient. Mara said, walk with me, girl. I need some fresh air. Didn't this happen last time? She said, of course, Your Majesty. Yeah, this is the same script from last time. Who we gonna run into now? Roxanne said, you must be really fond of this garden, Your Majesty, right? Because we did this yesterday. Mara said, it's good to admire these blossoms without someone ruining the scenery. Roxanne said, are you not happy with your concubine Velia, Your Majesty? Mara said, I'll never forgive her. She betrayed me. What'd she do? Mara said, she was my lady in waiting. Concubine Velia? Mara said, indeed, as the Queen of Ethania, I cannot be selfish with His Majesty. It is my duty to preserve His Majesty's bloodline, and we need the best. That is why we have the draft. We pick the best of the best to ensure the future of Ethania. Every single woman has to go through me before they can enter the king's chamber. But Velia, that lowborn filth went behind my back to seduce His Majesty and tainted the royal quarters. Oh my God. She was a maid and she just busted wide open for your husband. That's crazy. Mara said, I was crowned the Ruby Tiara many ages ago. Okay, look at everybody dancing, y'all. His Majesty was still Prince of Ethania back then. He was so young. It was the Ethanian royal ball for Prince Cletus's coronation. His Majesty was to pick his queen that day. Okay. There were suitors from the highest noble houses. Even princesses and queens from kingdoms far, far away were invited. King Cedric was old, thus there were no drafts for many ages. As Duke Salvador's only daughter, I was invited as a suitor, though I was almost 3 ages His Majesty's senior. Okay, you was old. Okay, Prince Cletus said, good evening, my ladies. Okay. He said, forgive me, but I was unaware of being in company of such lovely ladies. From where do you hail? Prince Cletus might have been talking to both of us, but his eyes were purely on the dark-haired lady standing next to me. He never even glanced at me ever since he approached us. Okay, Queen Farah said, greetings, Your Highness. I am Queen Farah of Phalia. Mara said, I was about to introduce myself as well, but I could barely make a sound before His Majesty started talking again. Girl, he ain't interested in you. I'm honored, Your Majesty. May I have this dance? Farah said, of course, Your Highness. Oh, shoot, he ain't even catch Mara's name. That's crazy. Look at him dancing. He in love. Prince Cletus didn't even look at me. Not even once. He don't even know your name, girl. All he saw was this young Phalia queen in her long, wavy, dark-toned hair. Something that does not exist in Ethania or all our neighboring kingdoms. Of course, it would have caught Prince Cletus's eyes. Okay. Mara said, my beauty was well known amongst Ethania, but this Phalia queen was someone else. The way he's looking at her, I could see the desire in his eyes. Okay, with my renowned beauty, the wealth and power of my house, all men I had met could not take their eyes on me, except this young prince. Oh, girl, you feeling some kind of way. Just when I was so sure that Ethania and Phalia were to merge at that very night. What happened? No one but His Majesty knew what happened and why the Phalia queen left with such sorrow in her eyes. Oh, not him going to you second? Prince Cletus said, oh, such sadness on a pretty face like yours. Would you let me turn that frown over, my dear princess? Mara said, I'm not a princess, Your Highness. He said, let me guess. You must be an angel then. Not him putting the moves on her. Do you know you were second place, girl? Mara said, my name is Mara. I'm from House of Salvador. Without Queen Farah, I was easily the most beautiful woman in the royal ball. Girl, you were number two. What you mean? Mara said, given the status of my house, my profound beauty, I was naturally chosen to marry Prince Cletus. Despite the arranged marriage and our age difference, King Cletus and I had a loving relationship. As much as I was curious about the young Phalia queen, I knew better not to bring her up. However, His Majesty had just become a king, and more empresses were needed to preserve the royal bloodline. After the first draft, my king wouldn't come to my chamber every night anymore. Okay, he was tired of you. Every night I would wait for His Majesty at my chamber. I waited and waited. Velia was my lady in waiting, and she was still very young back then, and she was always around me. Velia said, would you like a cup of tea, Your Majesty? Mara said, it's late. I don't think His Majesty will be coming. Just ready my bed. She said, right away. That's crazy. She about to sneak up in the king's room. I knew what it meant to marry a king and what it meant to be a queen, leader of the empresses. A good Ethanian king shall never fall in love, and a wise Ethanian queen must understand the king's heart does not belong to anyone but the kingdom. Okay, as time went by, the shine faded away from my hair, and there were wrinkles at the corner of my eyes. No matter how beautiful I once was, no one could fight against time. I was no longer the beautiful woman His Majesty adored. All that's left was just respect. Okay, he didn't like you anyway. He liked the other girl. Oh, here go Velia, y'all, Your Majesty. Mara said, today is the 4th age anniversary of our wedding. His Majesty will spend the night with me. Send words to all the empresses and let them know there won't be any night attendance tonight. You can retire to the chamber afterwards. No need to serve us dinner tonight. Velia said, yes, Your Majesty. Oh, this is still the flashback, y'all. It's just later on in the flashback. Okay, Queen Mara said, His Majesty stopped telling me how beautiful I was a long time ago. Instead of talking to his wife, my handsome king just kept drinking and drinking. Okay, he bored with you, girl. Queen Cletus said, let's go to sleep. Not sleep. Mara said, of course, my king. Please excuse me for a moment. I got a surprise for you. I learned how to do something with a stripper pole. You know what I'm saying? Nah, she ain't say that. Oh, she about to change into? Okay. I put on the same dress that I wore when I first met His Majesty. Okay, look. Oh, my God. He ain't even there no more. When I headed back to the dining room, His Majesty was no longer there. Oh, this King Cletus, y'all. You so warm, so soft, so smooth. The king is in my chamber, but who? Who else in there? Look at y'all. Oh my God. Y'all, they are naked and oh my God. Velia said, please, Your Majesty. Mara said, every inch of my body froze up seeing my king and my faithful lady in waiting right on the bed we were supposed to share that very night. I had sent women after women to His Majesty's chamber, but never before had I been this humiliated. Y'all, look at him. Velia didn't even want it. She over here mad about Okay, it's fine. Mara said His Majesty was drunk that night, but I couldn't believe the little wench would seduce my king when I was away. I don't think that's how it happened based off that story, but okay. Roxanne said, how could she do this to Your Majesty? She was nothing without you, her queen. Roxanne, quit sucking up. Mara said Velia was from a noble house that got her title stripped. Our family took her in and gave her everything. As a return, she humiliated me and stole my king at the one night that I got to be with him. After that night, Velia got pregnant. For some odd reason, she managed to turn this meaningless drunken night into something else. I don't know if it's guilt, the child in her, or something else. His Majesty promoted her straight to crown concubine. Roxanne said, everyone has to start from consort, concubine, crown concubine. Why she get to be a crown concubine? She wasn't even approved by Your Majesty. She didn't even have to go through night attendance training. Mara said, over the ages, there were only 2 pregnancies among the empresses. I was with child not long after marrying His Majesty, but I miscarried, and so did Madame Dolores. At this point, His Majesty is just excited to have a child, even if it is just a princess. Roxanne said, what if she's carrying the heir to Athania? Mara said, then it's only a matter of time until she takes the ruby tiara off my head. Roxanne said, no, 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 this is not happening. Mara said, she is young and beautiful, girl, and she got a child on the way, and she could bust it wide open for my husband when I couldn't. There is nothing I could do. Roxanne said, a pregnant concubine Velia may be favored by the king, but a lot of things can happen to a pregnant woman. Oh, what? Mara said, being the queen of Ethania still does not give me the right to murder an empress without a good reason. Roxanne said, I know how to take away concubine Velia's baby without killing her, your majesty. Mara said, nah, I'm intrigued. Keep talking. Roxanne said, my mother did this to my father's mistress before. She taught me the formula. Not the formula? What? Yo, what is this? Alright, back at the consort quarter. This us. This me and my boo. I said there, I mastered the art of Ethanian embroidery. Solana said real Ethanian embroidery is more than just repairing a few rips on a dress, Jess. Okay, whatever you say, girl. Back where I come from, we got machines that do all this. Or I can just take it to a seamstress, you know what I'm saying? Before you ask what machines are, they're tools that can move on their own. She said, I seen your thing that lights up like a lamp. I get the idea. I said, girl, I told you before, that's my iPhone 15. I turned it off and hid it in your estate. It's of no use here. Solana said, if you ever need it, I can have it sent here. I said, nah, I don't want to risk blowing my cover. Ready for your training? Solana said, yes, let us go. Okay. Let's go see Madame Dolores. Okay, Solana said, your grace, thank you for seeing me, girl. She said, it's my duty, and you seem like a nice girl who deserves a chance. She said, shall we begin? Yup. I'm ready, your grace. I'm going to... I don't want to excuse myself. I'm going to remain silent. Okay? Solana said, should I have my lady in waiting help with some court duties while she's here, your grace? Dolores said, thank you, but that won't be necessary. Velia and Gwen helped me with them. How about this? Your lady in waiting can join your training. What you mean? What am I doing with the training? Solana said, Jess will be honored to join me. Thank you, your grace. Okay, yeah, I guess, girl. I guess I'm honored to join. Whatever. Dolores said, let us begin. Okay, here I am learning how to have medieval sex. Wish I could tell Angel about this. You fall off the chair. Dolores said, before I start with the positions, remember you are here to serve His Majesty. It ain't about you, it's about him. Unless His Majesty wishes otherwise, you are not allowed to kiss or speak to His Majesty during night attendance. Look at us, look at us nodding, y'all. The purpose of night attendance is to preserve the royal bloodline. Your duty is to make it as relaxing as possible for His Majesty. Oh my God. Okay, the king want women to be on top. Spread eagle. That's what I heard from this. Okay. Okay, after a couple hours of awkward medieval sex training. What happened? The first night attendance is always the most important one. If His Majesty did not feel comfortable with you, he may never pick you again. Solana said, I understand, your grace. Okay, this freaky. Stupid king trying to impregnate women while making them do all the work. Right. It's appalling how these women think it's an honor to be picked for that. Okay, look at Velia. Your grace? Velia said, my apologies, your grace. I did not know you were mentoring Consort Solana. Dolores said, it's fine, girl. I think we done for the day anyway. Y'all must be starving. We are. Shall we have supper together? Solana said, it'd be my honor, your grace. Velia said, Madame Dolores has the best cook in the palace. What you laughing for? Is that funny? Dolores said, come, let us move to the dining hall. Okay. We're about to get something to eat, you know? Look at her. She drinking out a red Solo cup, y'all. They got red Solo cups in the medieval days. Solana said, this is such a unique taste, your grace. It has just the right level of sweetness. Also, this fruit, I've never seen it before. Velia said, these are dawn berries from Vicuna. Ethania only gets one card of it each fall. Dolores said, since Vicuna is far away, usually when the dawn berries get here, half of them have gone bad already. Velia said, His Majesty keeps half of the good dawn berries. Okay, the rest are divided between the queen and the madams. Solana said, I cannot believe I would get a chance to taste this. Thank you, your grace. Dolores said, as rare as dawn berries are, they go bad in a fortnight, and I can never finish them by myself. Solana said, can I keep one girl for my lady in waiting? Dolores said, of course, take as many as you want. Okay, thank you, sis. Oh, I'm a lady, I'm a maid, right? So I can't be sitting with them. Zeddy said, your graces, my lady. His Majesty has just made what? Why is it so zoomed in? I can't see Zeddy. I don't know what happened. Zeddy hands Madame Dolores a cup, then another to concubine Velia. Y'all, they drinking out of red solo cups. Okay, Madame Dolores said, refreshing. Please send Her Majesty my thanks. Is she poisoning them? Of course, Your Grace. Velia said, it smells like the garden. What happened? Y'all, these people got poisoned. These people, I think it was Mara. I think Zeddy said something about Mara gave them something to drink. Solana said, are you well, Your Grace? Velia said, yeah, I'm just a little dizzy. I think I'm just tired. Please excuse me, Your Grace. I shall retire to my chamber. Dolores said, of course, Velia. Get some rest. Oh my God. Velia. That girl fell out. Y'all see that? Dolores said, all of you, help me get Velia to my bed now. Okay. Velia, girl. Alright, later that day, she gonna have a baby. She gonna have a baby early. Okay, here go the physician, Your Majesty. Why that physician got... Yeah, that physician got makeup brushes on his on his spot. Hold on. How is concubine Velia? Y'all, this is the doctor. Why did the doctor got makeup brushes? What is going on here? Concubine Velia is awake now, Your Majesty, but... King Cletus said, but what? He said, I tried my best, but concubine Velia had a miscarriage. The child is gone. I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. Bro, you ain't even no real doctor. You a makeup artist. What is going on here? King Cletus crosses his arms and scans everyone in the hall sharply. His eyes are filled with such anger. Okay. You can hear people gasping as King Cletus's eyes meet theirs. The hall is completely quiet. Okay. Everyone is feeling uneasy. Why he looking at us? I'm only gonna ask once. Who did this? We ain't do it. It's that girl with the pink hair. Mara said, physician, what's the cause of the miscarriage? He said, concubine Velia's miscarriage was sudden and severe. It's very likely to be triggered by something she ate or drank shortly before the miscarriage, Your Majesty. Yeah, I want to snitch because I don't like Queen Mara. I ain't gonna talk about Zeddy. I'm snitching. It's Queen Mara. Excuse me, Queen. Excuse me, Your Majesty. Hello, I'm about to snitch on your wife. I'm about to snitch on her. I was there when concubine Velia passed out. She drank a cup of herbal tea from Her Majesty, that woman right beside you, right before that. Mara said, are you saying I poisoned concubine Velia, Jess? I mean, listen, if it ain't you, then who? It's gotta be you. I gotta speak the truth now. That girl lost her baby and it's your fault. And he up here looking at all of us like we did it. But concubine Velia did drink your tea right before she passed out. King Cletus said, if the tea was poisoned, why is concubine Velia the only one who was affected? The physician said it's very likely that the tea was only effective on the child. Since Madame Dolores is not with child, the tea might have no effect on her. Moreover, concubine Velia's life is not in danger, though she will need time to recover from the miscarriage. Mara said, I ain't make no tea, Your Majesty. I don't know nothing about that. Preserving the royal bloodline is my duty. I would never do anything to harm an innocent child, Your Majesty. King Cletus said, of course, Mara, you're the kindest person I know. That lady ain't kind. That's why you are my beloved queen. Mara said, Your Majesty. King Cletus said, now who made the tea? It was your... Bro. Okay, Roxanne said, Your Majesty. Zeddy is the one who brought the tea. I believe she is the culprit who tried to frame Her Majesty. No, it wasn't. Zeddy, don't let them talk to you like that. Zeddy said, I can explain, Your Majesty. King Cletus said, you better start talking before I send you to the block, before you get slapped up. You know what I'm saying? Zeddy said, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Zeddy said, I was just dusting the columns. I was just minding my business, dusting the columns this afternoon. Then somebody run up on me. Here go Don talking about Zeddy. What, girl? Zeddy said, what got you out the royal quarter, Don? Don said, the queen just made some herbal tea with the new blossoms in the garden. Her Majesty would like to share it with Madame Dolores and concubine Velia. Zeddy said, just the two of them? Don said, between you and me, I think Her Majesty is trying to get on their good side. I think it's like a peace offering. Zeddy said, I see. Don said, Her Majesty ordered me to deliver this tea before it gets cold. I twisted my ankle the other day, Zeddy. This is as fast as I can walk. I still have a long way to go. I better hurry. Zeddy said, nah, your foot'll get worse if you do this. You the only royal quarter maid. Let me help you deliver this tea. I can walk fast. Zeddy. Don said, I can't possibly trouble you with this. Zeddy said, it's fine, Don. We maids have to look out for each other. Don said, you have my gratitude, Zeddy. I'll make it up to you. Okay, so all y'all in on it. Trying to frame Zeddy. I better go before this gets cold. Don said, thank you, Zeddy. Zeddy, look. You should have just been minding your business. Should have stayed minding your business. Now look. Zeddy said, that's what happened, Your Majesty. Don said, I don't know what that girl talk about. I don't know what that girl talk about. She lying. I was serving Her Majesty this afternoon. I don't know what y'all talk about. Her Majesty did not make no tea. Consort Roxanne was in the royal quarter for Her Grace's night attendance training. Roxanne said, yes, Your Majesty. Dawn never left Her Majesty's chamber this afternoon. She was cleaning Her Majesty's chamber. Look at Mark crying and stuff. Somebody trying to frame me, Your Majesty. Girl, all these ages, I've been nothing but selfless. I have personally mentored so many consorts. Also, I had a miscarriage once. Why would I ever inflict the pain I had on anybody else? Y'all, she lying. She lying. Right. This queen should be nominated for Oscar's Best Actress in a Leading Role. Right. Cletus said, it's three people's words against one. The king said, it's three people's words against one. Zeddy, you served in the palace for ages. You ain't got no reason to be doing this. Just tell me who is behind you on this, and maybe you can still be spared. Zeddy said, I done told you everything. What you talking about, bro? I was helping Dawn. That's all I did. I was minding my business, trying to help out my fellow maid. The king said, has anyone here seen Zeddy and Dawn in the courtyard this afternoon? Consort Jenna said, I passed by the courtyard and saw Zeddy dusting the columns, Your Majesty. And he said, have you seen Dawn talking to Zeddy? She said, nope, I did not. Then why you talking? Right. There's nothing left to say there. Why you even speak up? You the one being framed. What is it you want to do with this, my queen? Mara said, I always been forgiving and generous, but apparently it led to this conspiracy. To make sure this will be the last, I'm going to make an example out of this. Zeddy the maid will not give us the truth of who is behind her on this, then she shall be punished for the crime. Royal guards, escort Zeddy to the rope room. What's the rope room? What? Raven said, please, Your Majesty. I've known Zeddy for years. She wouldn't even kill an ant. She would never do this. Please have mercy on her. The king said, y'all very protective of Zeddy. Y'all part of this too? Nah. Raven, you better shut up. Whatever this rope room is, it can't be nothing good. Okay, Zeddy gonna be punished. Y'all, we gonna plead with King Cletus. We gonna plead with him. Your Majesty, please. I understand Zeddy's at fault and there's nothing that can prove her innocence. But if you think of it this way, there's nothing that can prove her making the tea as well. Although it is three people's words against one, it's obvious that Her Majesty, Consort Roxanne, and Dawn are quite close. There should be an investigation to find out not just who made the tea, but the motives behind that as well. Until it's proven that Zeddy did make the tea and try to poison Her Graces. Queen Mara said, you got a mouth on you, maid. You are in no place to be talking like that. Girl, shut up before I drop kick you. King Cletus's eyes narrowed. He said, Jess may be a lady in waiting, but she has a point. Queen Mara said, Your Majesty, you taking the farm girls' words against mine. I ain't gonna be no more farm girls and mongrels and stuff now. I'm telling y'all. He said, it's not about your words against hers, my queen. Jess may not be raised the way we did, but her words are honest and fair. This is my child we've lost, Mara. I want the right person to be punished for this. She said, of course, Your Majesty. It's her, it's Roxanne and Mara. Queen Mara glares at you. You can see the hatred in her eyes. The queen officially wants to kill me now. Lovely. Alright, he said, Royal Guard Charles, lock Zeddy the maid in a cell. Until a thorough investigation has been carried out and proven her guilty, I need her alive. Okay. Royal Guard Charles said, of course, Your Majesty. Alright, I saved Zeddy. King Cletus said, I'm going to check on concubine Velia. She must be devastated. Okay, Mara said, of course, Your Majesty. Queen Mara turns to talk to everyone. You may retire to your chambers now. Except Jess, you can stay here and clean this up. Girl, the biatch, sick of you. Yes, Your Majesty. I'm going to drop kick Queen Mara by the end of this, y'all. I'm telling you. Her and Roxanne. I'm sick of both of them. All right, here goes Solana. Solana said, Jess, listen, girl, I'll be fine. Little cleaner won't kill me. I'm gonna knock that queen out, though. You can go. She said, I'll save you some dinner. Don't stay out too late. Okay, bye, girl. Somebody about to run up on me. All right, I got to clean this giant hall. Then I still got to go pay Charles a visit. Okay. Oh, there go, Tank Top. Okay, Josh said, hey, you. You scared me, bro. He said, what were you doing in the royal quarter? I said, how do you know that? Wait a second. Did you save me from Royal Guard Charles? He said, how else could you have gone back to your chamber? Tank Top do not give up on his prey. Anyway, why were you there? I said, look, you saved my life. I don't want to lie to you. I was looking for something and ended up in the royal quarter. I'm not doing anything to harm His Majesty or anyone else. That's all you need to know. He said, fair enough. If you do try to do anything to His Majesty, I'll end you myself. Alright, whatever, bro. I just told you, Tank Top number 1. I just told you I wasn't gonna do nothing to that man. You can kill me if I really try to harm him. If I'm gonna kill anybody, it's gonna be that queen anyway, right? Because she deserves a good slap to the face. Josh said, at any rate, you should be more careful from now on. Like I said, Charles does not give up easily, and he has his eyes on you. I stopped him once by taking his weapon, but that won't happen again. Plus, I will not always be around if he goes after you again. Alright, I can handle myself, bro, but thanks for the warning. I'll be careful. He ponders for a second. Charles is a skilled swordsman, but he has a weak point. If he tries to assault you again, try to go for his shoulders. Okay, his shoulders. He said the only way to retaliate is to strike him where his sword cannot parry, hence his shoulders. Like this. Ah! Josh quickly delivers an attack towards your right shoulder, but stops when his fist touches your shoulder. Okay. That's a powerful move. Can you show it to me again? Watch him. Do it swiftly, and you do not need to use a lot of force. This move is to intercept his attack and numb his arm for a moment, so you can make an escape. I'll show you one more time. Okay? Boop! Okay. King Cletus said, what y'all doing? We training, bro. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. Mind your business.